Hello, everyone, and welcome back again. Um, Hopefully, you got lots of value from our last video about outlier detection on the line charts that we built here. Um, Today, we'll be shifting our focus a little bit to the date slicer that we have here. Uh, all right, so the thing is that such calendar slicers are good, but they take a lot of time. All right, so let's say if I have to analyze it for a different day, I have to go manually and select it. It's okay. It'll add more time for the end user and for a business person to extract anything meaningful out of it. um, how we want to turn this around, uh, ideally we would like some predefined time buttons. Let's say we have a button here which is called quarter to date. So if you click on it, the chart below shows all the data for the last quarter. Or if you click on another button which is like year to date, we get the data for year to date. Okay, so that's how I think we should move forward with this. And you can check by yourself. There is nothing similar to that natively available in Power BI. We have custom date filters that you could do last 3 months, last 1 month, last 1 week, but it doesn't add. Okay. Okay, so how we will go about it? We will write some custom DAX, that is data analysis expressions. And we'll go slow by slow. It'll take 2, 3 videos to cover the whole concept. But let's start today. Okay, so the first step is we will be creating a new table, a very simple table. Uh, we will go to modeling, click on new table, and yeah. So once that is open for you, you can start typing in here, and I would call it time slicers, as obvious as it could be, but yeah, that's how we will call it. For neatness, I would start writing my code on the next line. So how to do that is on your keyboard you can do shift plus enter. Okay, so the first step is we want to store some values. Okay, and we store those values in something called variables. um, So, what I mean by that is, let's say I want to store the value of today's date. Automatically, a function should calculate today's date and store it somewhere. Where do we store it? We call it variable, and in DAX, you start the variables by this keyword called var. Then you name the variable. So, for simplicity, I will call it today date. That's the name. You press equal and you call the function. So the function is today. You give parentheses, and what it will do is every time you load the data model, it will look for today's date and store it in this variable. Okay. All right. So what will be our next variable? I want to create a dynamic date function for calculating last 13 weeks. So last 13 weeks means essentially 91 days from today. Okay. So what you want to do is call var. I'll call it 13 weeks ago. You can call it anything equal to. So now that we have today's date stored in this variable, I will refer to that today date and subtract 91 days from it. Okay, as simple as that. You'll see that in action. So once those variables have been created, I want to create the final table, and I will store that final table in the variable result. um, Again, equal to, and we can go on different line or same line, doesn't matter. So there is a function called add columns. This is the function that will create our new table. What does it take? It actually takes the first parameter is the table. We will not use any existing tables, okay? We want to create a new table that uses our custom dates that we've just created, okay? So hold with me and see what happens. We will use another function within that function called calendar. Calendar takes two parameters, the start date and end date. And you can read what it's saying. Returns a table with one column of all the dates between start date and end date. So let's say my start date is 13 weeks ago, comma. My end date is today, today date. Okay, that's your calendar function. It will return a table. Okay, we close it. Now it's prompting me that for add columns, I need a second column. Um, so the second parameter is what it refers to is the name of the second column. So I will call it selection. You'll see what it does when you see it in action. And the third column is what values go into that second column. So what values go into the selection. So remember, the first column is the output of the calendar function, which will all be dates. The second column is going to be selection, and the values of the selection will be what we will call those dates. So I will call them QTD, which is quarter to date, and close. Uh, Now, what do we want to do? We basically want to use return, return result. So all the functions just return the result of, uh, just return the value of the variable result. Okay, and the value of this result is the output of these two functions. Okay, so let's commit and see what happens. You will see a new table that has appeared here, which is called time slices. Let's inspect it. Go into table view, and there you go. So the output of calendar function is the first column, all the dates. Second column, as we were referring, the name is called selection, and all the values are QTD for now. All right. Uh, we will expand this idea and show you how the slicer can change to QTD first in the next video, and then we'll go on to explore YTD and keep adding there. Okay, thanks guys. This will be very exciting. See you in the next video.